What's up, everybody? Welcome to Narcocop MMA. This is breakdown for Dana White's Contender Series Week 7. Doing a solo job again here. I freaking hate this Dana White's Contender Series card. I think it's the least talented out of all, to be honest. Not really loving spots here, but we're still going to give you guys the breakdowns here on all 5 fights. I do want to go over to chat per usual and shout out my chat. Mushroom is in the house. Kristen, what is up? Let's go. We got Balil. What's up, man? Good day, my friend. Daz, always in the house. What is up? Imagine taping UFC LFA. You know, I know, dude. It's a major mess this week. It's a mess. I'm gonna try to get to as much as I can as possible. Zen Monkey, what is up? Joshua Frick in the house, back from another amazing weekend. You are absolutely right. We had an amazing weekend. Great live bets. What is up, St. Stephen? Wasn't a non-legal betting state last week, but now it's back. Let's go. Oh, that's always a good feeling. Dixon's in the house. Forgot I ever told you about hedging with Mitchell by sub versus Rosas. Oh, yeah, I did forget about that. Don't worry. Mr. Chico in the house. Call of Duty. What is up, my man? And Arturo, bonjour, my friend. 21 of you in here. Yeah, let's just go right to it here. Want to kind of fly through this. First fight of the night. It is in a flyweight division. It is the 7-0 Igor de Silva versus the 8-1 Johanata Silva. We got 2 Silvas here. You know, both guys are technically Brazilian. One has a Italian flag there because he has been training in Rome for a while here now, and that's Johanata. In this fight, you know, I originally had played Silva minus 200, but there was some things that were concerning. He's a little sloppy with the striking. He's only 20 years old. I was laying minus 200, and I honestly cashed out of it. I played the other side at plus 190. Basically, I'm going to take like a 0.5 unit, 0.1 unit loss. Depends on how it goes. But, you know, this guy Silva is very Igor. I should say which Silva. Igor is very aggressive, man. Extremely aggressive. Comes forward, throws big hands. He wants to take you out of there. And as you can see, like, all of his fights have ended inside the distance. He has hands. He has some jiu-jitsu as well. His brother's a professional fighter. They're over there at Shootbox Joe Emilio. Not actually bad gym. Mel Costa's over there. Joe Anderson Brito's over there. So they got UFC level fighters in that gym. You know, and here, the guys face decent level of opposition. Again, he's only 20 years old, man, which is extremely impressive. He hasn't fought in a year, so we might actually see very big improvements from this guy, because when you're looking at a guy that's 19 to 20, every year is a big improvement, you know, when you're that young. So we might see huge improvements from this guy from last fight to this fight. And then this opponent, Johanata Silva, you know, also this guy fought currently this year about 6 months ago in Cage Warriors, and he looked good, you know. He fought Brisic, who's not a bad fighter. And he looked pretty damn good there. He rocked Brisic multiple times. He has very good kicks, man. Good body kicks, good head kicks. He's got decent hands. Has a decent win over Jan Teixeira, who's not a bad fighter, honestly. Pretty decent fighter. Has a win there. He also lost to him as well. The thing that's very concerning with this Silva is the fact that this guy's fought one time in 4 years, 4+ years, albeit. And that's, you know, it's concerning in the sense that this guy's only 26. So from 22 to 26, this guy fought one time. Like, what were you doing, dude? Like, where was your head? You know, like, were you not wanting to fight? You know, there's a lot of things you want to question here. The other thing to question is this guy was at one of the best gyms in Brazil, Novo União, and he left to Rome, to American Top Team Rome. Like, I don't know what happened there. I have no idea what happened. I try to dig to find if anybody knows in chat. Yeah, let me know. But, you know, at the end of the day here, kind of staying away from this fight at this point. You know, I lean Igor. I think he is probably the more hungrier fighter, the fighter that the UFC wants to win. You know, his brother's a professional fighter. And the guy looks like he's in the gym all the damn time. Like, I don't think this guy steps out of the gym. So he's a gym rat. He's only 20. He's going to get better. We might see a huge improvement here from fight to fight. And honestly, at the end of the day, I think Igor wins the fight. I'm just not willing to lay minus 200 on this guy. Now, if this line happens to come down to the 150, 160 area, I'm probably going to think about playing him, because the one thing that made me hesitant and made me come off of him is that in 2 fights ago, he ate a punch to the body and he literally almost went down with it. And the one thing that his opponent does really good is he kicks very well to the body. He throws some body shots. So that's a little concerning there, honestly. So staying off on this fight. Not many props that I like, honestly, on this fight. So for now, it's a complete pass. I do think Igor da Silva wins. Let's see what my chat thinks here. Yeah. He Mike Bell, forget about him, bro. Forget, he's killing me. Get this man some likes. He's missing some amazing games I'm missing some games, and I'm doing this for you guys. And it's my birthday today. Just so you guys know, I'm doing this on my damn birthday. So yeah, I really like Igor there. He's definitely on the gas and is not scared to wrestle. Yeah, I mean, Igor has a grappling edge here too. I should mention that. It's important to mention. What else do we have? Dislocated his left knee. I don't know what this guy's talking about, but okay. Oh, Chubb career probably done. What is going on? Okay. Moving on. Second fight of the night. It is in the lightweight division. It is the 14-1 Crochetski versus the 7-2 Dylan Mantello. And I have a bet here on Kanan at minus 175. I didn't even add it to my bet MMA. That line was completely gone. He's currently now sitting at minus 280, minus 260. I mean, when you watch Dylan Mantello, man, he's a punching bag on the feet. He is getting hurt by a very low level of opposition. Charlie Alexander, last guy. This is a huge red flag, guys. Listen to this. Charlie Alexander is strictly a grappler, and he hurt and almost finished Dylan Mantello, and he was landing on him flush on the feet, making him look like he was Floyd Mayweather there, John Ramirez in the first fight hurt him. In the second fight, hurt him. Archie Kogan, who's a really good prospect, hurt him as well on the feet. This guy is an absolute punching bag on the feet. He doesn't move his head. He's tough, but that doesn't mean anything. We saw this same scenario play out last week with AJ Cunningham. He's very tough. He's never been finished, but when he steps up against a guy like Stephen Wynn, who's a very good striker, he got finished. I think the same thing is going to happen here against Kynan. I think Kynan's a good striker. He has power. He's going to have free calf kicks here all day against Dylan. Dylan's very flat-footed, guys. I don't like his striking at all. I don't like his grappling. I don't think this guy is any good outside of his toughness. He's tough, and he finds ways to win fights, even though he's losing them. He's absolutely getting killed by Charlie Alexander. Gets dropped. Alexander goes into his guard and then subsequently gets guillotined. I mean, what is there to say there? He looks awful. He looks awful against John Ramirez before the body kick. He's getting touched up. We're talking about a guy in John Ramirez who's 6-7. We're not talking about any killer. So, on the other hand, Kanan, he's facing good opposition, man. He faced Damian Lapalus in a close fight where it was 2-1. He faced a guy like Junior Luz, who's a very good striker, knocks him out in round 1. This guy can go 5 rounds. 2 of his last stoppages are in 4th and 5th round. He's got good cardio. He's got very good kicks, very powerful kicks. Yeah, I mean, I like the Kanan side here. I think submission is a very sneaky prop here. He's a black belt. I know you see a lot of hands from him, but this guy's a black belt on the ground. And let me tell you, 8 of his 12 wins are 14 wins are by submission. Only 4 are by knockout. If you look at his earlier in his career, every one of them was fucking submission. So this guy's a black belt. He's been a black belt for a very long time. I think he's going to hurt Mantello on the feet. And then Mantello's going to shoot and get himself into a guillotine, into a Darce. He's going to get subbed, in my opinion. And he has a very, very, very long neck that's very subbable. So yeah, I mean, I like Kanan here. I think he finishes him. I think the unders are good here as well, in my opinion, just because of the Kanan side. And again, I think it could be KO, it could be submission, inside the distance, whatever. But I took a little shot on submission at plus 450. Thank you, Josie. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Joshua, Kristen, Activate, Daz, all of you guys. Thank you very, very much for the birthday shout outs. Appreciate you, Lou. Thank you, my man. Yeah, Dylan doesn't die. That's the problem. I know he doesn't die. But against who, guys? Against who doesn't he die against, right? He doesn't die against, this Rodriguez guy that has absolutely no hands. I'm sorry, Alexander guy that has no hands. Yeah, that guy's probably, and he almost finished him. John Ramirez, who's 6-7. Archie Colgan hurt him in that fight, but Archie Colgan's a wrestler. He wrestles a lot, and that's what he did in that fight. Kanan is going to go try to kill you. That's what he's going to try to do. That's just how he fights. So, yeah, I think he gets stopped here. Give me 1 second, guys, because my son is up here and all right, sorry guys. Had to my son was coming in here on me. So yeah, I like the Kanan side. I like the inside the distance. I like the submission. And we'll move on here. Fight number 3. It is in the flyweight division. It is the strawweight division. It is the 4-0 Talita Alencar versus the 5-1 Stephanie Luciano. And Alencar, I think, is taking this on short notice here a little bit. 32 years old, very small girl, 5'1", 61-inch reach. Probably could be an atom weight. I don't know. But this girl's a world champion jiu-jitsu girl. She has very, very high-level jiu-jitsu. I really, really like her jiu-jitsu. I mean, extremely high level. IBJJF champion multiple times. Extremely dangerous on the ground, and you could see it in her tape, right? Problem is she's faced very low-level opposition. The only girl that's worth mentioning is the last girl, Kelsey Arneson, who's probably pushing 40 years old. And yeah, she couldn't finish that girl, and, she's very small. Looks like her takedowns have improved, and it looks like she's a little bit better with her takedowns. And when she takes you down, she's extremely dangerous on top. Her opponent, Stephanie Luciano, very young, 23 years old, but much bigger than her. She's 5'5". She has Muay Thai skills. She's a purple belt, I believe, in jiu-jitsu. She's not bad on the ground. She's faced a better level of opposition, has some pretty good wins. And for me, it's like she's better on the feet. She's bigger. I played her at plus 220, and currently the line is you can get plus 205 on Bet Rivers. The reason why I played her is specifically one fight, the Michelle Oliveira fight. Michelle Oliveira is also a world champion in jiu-jitsu, and she had a hell of a time to get her down. And even when she got her down, she swept her one time. I think this girl's competent on the ground. She's better on the feet. She's very sloppy on the feet. She seems to fall on her ass a lot, which is a little concerning. But she's tough. She keeps coming forward. She's going to be the much bigger girl. She's the younger girl by 9 years. I mean, when you look at these two girls, who does the UFC really want? Do they want the 32-year-old or they want the 23-year-old? I think it's a 23-year-old that was already booked. This 32-year-old is on late replacement, So for me, plus 200, 220 area, WMMA on a girl that's a one-trick pony in Alencar. I'm going to take a shot with Stephanie Luciano, man. I think she's going to be better on the feet. I think she's going to do well or decent in the takedown defense, and if it hits the mat, I think she's competent enough where she can survive and even get up here. So she's shown me she can survive a high-level black belt before. I don't think anything changes here. Let's see how many years later. Yeah, 2 years later, she's only going to be improving. So give me Luciano here at the plus money price tag. I think she's very live in this spot. And, frankly, I don't understand why this other girl's 280, maybe just a Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but to me, that's not enough. Crystal says Artie couldn't kill Dylan. Yeah, but Artie, listen, Artie, first of all, when they fought, Artie is, first of all, he's a very green fighter in MMA. Like he's newer to the MMA world. Second of all, we're talking this, Archie Colgan fight a year and a half ago, right? Third of all, Archie in that fight just grappled a lot. That's the thing. When he hurt him on the feet, he went for takedowns, which I just don't see Kanan doing that. Kanan is going to try to kill you. He's more of a striker if he gets you hurt. So, I think this guy dies, honestly. I said it last week against Cunningham. I see the same exact scenario here. He lost that fight on optics alone from being so spent. Watched fight against Laplace to see him gas out. Yeah, I mean, they were going back and forth in that fight. Kelsey knocked her down with 10 seconds, and Kelsey is 2-3 now. Yeah, Kelsey's not very good. No gi girl is a wet blanket, though. I think UFC wants finishers or at least strikers. Correct. I agree on the Luciano side, but UFC would want to build the no gi girl. I don't know, man. She doesn't do shit. I don't know if they want to build her, to be honest. But yeah, let's move on here. Fight number 3. It is in the lightweight division. It is the 6-1 Jacoby Jones versus the 4-0 Daniel James Allen. And this is the fight that there's a lot of question marks on one side. I mean, Daniel James Allen, JUCO All-American twice in wrestling. Very good wrestler in his fights. You could see it. Has been at AKA for a very long time. Has been training there, I think, 4 or 5 years, right? But when you look at this guy, he's only fought one time in the last 3 years. Like, what's going on with you, dude? Like, you're 31 years old. This is another guy that he hasn't fought. I don't understand what's going on. He went from taking one amateur fight in 2017 to taking almost a year and a half off, then fighting in 2019 once, and then taking another year and a half off, fighting twice in 2020, and then taking subsequently 3 years almost off, right? And fighting again in March of this year. And he's fighting really, really low level of opposition, not even finishing a couple of these guys. I mean, this guy's a wet blanket when it comes to wrestling, right? He wet blankets his guys. He's a very good wrestler. He's on top. He's very good on top, right? He's holding guys down. He doesn't really do a lot of damage, but he's good at holding guys down, right? Now let's talk about the other side, though. Jacoby Jones. If you guys didn't know, well, now you know. Jacoby Jones is a 3-time Division II All-American in wrestling as well. So who's the better wrestler? I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know, because Jacoby is a very high-level wrestler. Who's faced the better opposition? Jacoby Jones by a mile. Who's the younger guy? Jacoby Jones by 4 years. Who's the guy that has proven cardio? Jacoby Jones. That's the thing here, guys. Like, I wanted to play Allen, and I wanted to find a reason to play Allen, but I have no idea how he's going to react to getting punched. I have no idea how he's going to be if he's on his back. I have no idea when his takedowns get stuffed, what kind of cardio he's going to show. I've seen his fights. He kind of look like he gasses, even though he gets control of these guys for 15 minutes. I don't think he's going to be able to take down and control Jacoby Jones. I'll be honest with you. John Paul, his last opponent, very, very good grappler, man. Like, this guy has tenacious grappler, and Jacoby Jones absolutely put it on this guy. This guy's a high level grappler. When I tell you high level, I'm talking world-class jiu-jitsu level. And, Jacoby Jones just freaking killed this dude, man. And now you have a guy like Allen, who has a lot of questions, honestly. I just don't know how good or bad he is. I really don't. So if you're betting his side, you're strictly betting it on the unknown, that this guy is an incredible offensive wrestler and Jacoby Jones can't get up. That's all, That's how you got to look at it. He's not going to win the striking, in my opinion. Jacoby Jones, better striker. Is he going to win the grappling against a 3-time Division II All-American in Jacoby Jones? That's the question. And, you know, Jacoby Jones is a damn good wrestler, man. Like, I know you watched a Paxton fight, and Paxton got him down sometimes, but also Paxton's a Division I wrestler, college wrestler. Like, he's a really good wrestler himself. And Jacoby kind of gassed out in that fight. Let's be honest. That was 2 years ago. And now, you know, this guy's at Factory X training at high altitude. His cardio actually looks on point last fight, man. I don't know. I don't know what I wouldn't say that. I don't think he has bad takedown defense. I wouldn't say that. He actually stuffed a lot of takedowns early against Paxton. Then as he tired, he got taken down. And actually, he got Paxton down a couple of times. So, but that's my thing. What happens if Jones decides to offensively wrestle and get Allen down on his back? What happens? What does Allen look like on his back? So it's unknowns here. I would never play Jacoby Jones at this price, -300, -290. Too many unknowns. It's dog or pass, but I think Jacoby Jones wins here, man. He's the more proven guy. He's the guy that has more proven cardio, more proven striking, more proven that he can get out of bad positions. Just too many questions on the opposite side on Allen. I did play Jacoby Jones by KO here at +625. I think that's a ludicrous price. We just don't even know if this guy can take a punch. This Allen guy, he's never even been punched. You watch these fights, it's like he takes him down and it's over every round. And it's like, okay, well, how about if Jacoby Jones stuffed a couple of takedowns and punches you in the face? What happens, you know? And Jacoby Jones hits fairly hard, man. He hits fairly hard. And, I mean, you could see what happened to John Paul last fight. His whole fucking face was busted up. So give me Jacoby Jones here by the KO. That's really my only thing here that I like. You know, if you want to take a shot on a dog, I can't blame you. I really can't. Good offensive wrestling, bad defense. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he has bad defensive wrestling, but moving on. Main event of the night. It is in the heavyweight division. It is the 10-0 Shamil Gassiev versus the 6-0 Greg Velasco. I mean, Velasco is not UFC level. I don't think he's any good. I do think Shamil's okay. He's a punching bag on the feet. He got dropped last fight against Darko Stosic, who's former UFC fighter at 205. So that's a bit of a concern. He got hurt against Kirill, who is a good fighter, actually. Kirill Kornilov, I think, might get into the UFC pretty soon. He's 15-1. He's a good fighter. His only loss came to Shamil in a very sloppy fight. But I think this guy does come forward trying to kill you. And he's actually got good wrestling, good shots. He gets almost everybody down when he shoots. Last fight, he decided to go toe-to-toe with Stosic and eventually knocked him out. But he got dropped, like I said. But Velasco just doesn't have any hands, man. This guy, he's fought fucking senior citizens. Look at Kevin Sears, Edwin Smart, 37, 43. You know, these guys are old farts. And he's going 50-50 with these guys, for Christ's sake. Like, okay, Kevin Sears, he doesn't go 50-50 with, but he's going 50-50 with Edwin Smart in that fight. You know, he's going 50-50 with Tarpley before he finishes him in that fight. Ronald Coleman completely blankets this guy last fight. He should have finished him, but he couldn't finish him. He didn't know really what to do on top, to be honest. This Coleman guy. I think if Gassiev gets on top of this guy, it's a wrap. He's going to absolutely murder Velasco. And Gassiev is a big dude. You can see it at face-offs. He's much bigger in size. I just think Gassiev kills this guy. I mean, that's a thing. I don't know how, but I like the under 1.5. I mean, I got 110. Let's see what it's sitting at right now. It's 163. Yeah, I mean, I think this fight finishes, man. I think Gassiev finds the finish. I think he's the better fighter everywhere. That's the other thing. He's the better fighter everywhere. What's his ITD? Oh, it's 265. That's shitty. Yeah, maybe Gassiev won plus 125. He's a fast starter. I mean, let's see. How many finishes does he have in the first round? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of 10 wins are round 1. Yeah, why not play round 1, you know, when it comes out, round 1 KO or something, plus, I don't know, 180, 200? I would probably play it. So, yeah, I think this one here, it's probably going to be Gassiev. He's not a dog. Wait, MF is huge and a dog? Oh, and a dag. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's a dag. He's from Bahrain or whatever. He uses their flag. I don't know why. But yeah, he's Dagestani. I just think he kills. Velasco is, to me, is, I don't think UFC wants this guy. I'll be honest with you. They're bringing him in to get slaughtered by this Gassiev guy, and I think Gassiev is going to slaughter him. But yeah, I like the under here. You know, like I said, props, they haven't opened all up, but when they do open up with DK and all these other ones, I'm probably going to look to bet Gassiev round 1 or something, 1 KO or something like that. I think he finishes here. And Velasco's just bad. He's bad. All he does is clinch and try to reverse these guys on the ground. It's not going to work here. He's going to get worked really bad on the ground. So, yeah, that's all 5 fights. Not a lot of people in here today, 43 only. But yeah, it was kind of last second too. I'll go over my picks here. I think Igor de Silva wins. I think Kanan wins. I think Stephanie Luciano's a live dog here. I like Jacoby Jones as well and Shamil Gassiev. Mostly favorites, 1 dog. Stephanie Luciano is the dog here, maybe. I might put it together in a parlay and see what happens, a small parlay. But thank you guys, everybody, for joining me here today. I know it's my birthday. I do have to go. Appreciate each and every one of you for being in here. Hit a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I think I'm like 12 away from 2,000. I would really appreciate it if you tell your friends, family, whoever, to subscribe to the channel. And also, merch store is down below. If you do appreciate me, my work, my channel, help out. If you like what you see in that store, go ahead and purchase something. But yeah, guys, thank you, Daz. Appreciate you, Prince of Mischief. I appreciate that as well. Does it count as a view for you on Twitter? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, guys, thank you very, very much. Thank you, Mr. Chico. See you guys tomorrow for probably live spaces on Twitter. Also, I will have Lambo Place podcast on Friday with Timothy Troiano, most likely at 8 p.m. I'm sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you very, very much. And let's cash those tickets for Dana White's Contender Series